Emma and the Enchanted Library, a tale of books and treasures. Emma was a curious girl, always eager to explore new places. She loved to read, and her favorite place in the world was her local library. She would spend hours browsing the shelves, her nose buried in books. When her family moved to a new house, Emma was excited to discover a hidden room in the attic. It was a library, filled with old, dusty books, and Emma was captivated. The library was so large that it seemed to go on forever. The shelves were filled with books of all shapes and sizes, and the air was thick with the scent of old paper and leather. Emma spent hours exploring the library, reading the titles of the books and imagining the stories they held. One night, as Emma was reading a book about pirates, she noticed something strange. The book began to glow and the pages started to turn on their own. The words on the page came to life, and Emma found herself transported into the story. She was standing on the deck of a pirate ship, the salty air whipping through her hair. She saw the pirates, their faces grim and their eyes filled with adventure. They were searching for a hidden treasure, and Emma was determined to help them find it. The pirates led Emma to a small island where they told her about the treasure. They said that the treasure was hidden in a cave and that the only way to find it was to solve a series of riddles. Emma was excited. She loved puzzles and riddles, and she was sure she could solve them. The pirates gave Emma a map and a compass, and she set off into the jungle. The jungle was dark and dense, and the air was thick with humidity. Emma followed the map, her heart pounding with excitement. She soon came to a clearing where she saw a cave hidden behind a waterfall. She knew this was the place. Emma entered the cave, and the air grew cold and damp. She could hear the sound of dripping water, and the smell of moss and damp earth filled her nostrils. She followed a narrow path that led deeper into the cave, and she soon came to a large chamber. In the center of the chamber was a giant golden chest. Emma's heart raced with excitement. She knew this was the treasure chest, but it was locked. She had to solve the riddles to open it. The first riddle was written on a stone tablet. I have a neck, but no head. I have a body, but no legs. I have a mouth, but I cannot speak. What am I? Emma thought for a moment. Then she smiled. She knew the answer. A bottle, she exclaimed. She looked around the chamber, and she saw a bottle lying on the floor. She picked it up and examined it. The bottle was filled with a strange glowing liquid. Emma knew this was the key to the next riddle. Emma poured the liquid onto the chest, and the chest began to glow. A voice boomed from inside the chest. Well done, child. You have solved the first riddle. Now for the second. I am light as a feather, but the strongest person cannot hold me for 5 minutes. What am I? Emma thought for a moment. She knew this riddle too. Breath, she exclaimed. The chest glowed even brighter, and a small, golden key appeared in the keyhole. Emma was so excited. She had solved 2 riddles, and she was getting closer to the treasure. Emma inserted the key into the keyhole, and the chest creaked open. Inside, she saw a pile of gold coins, jewels, and other treasures. Emma was amazed. She had found the treasure. But as she reached for the treasure, a dark shadow loomed over her. A giant, hairy spider with 8 beady eyes lowered itself from the ceiling. It was bigger than Emma, and its fangs were dripping with venom. Emma was terrified. She knew she had to escape. Emma grabbed the bottle of glowing liquid and threw it at the spider. The liquid splashed onto the spider, and it let out a loud shriek. The spider began to shrink, and it eventually disappeared into a small black speck. Emma was safe. She had outsmarted the spider, and she had found the treasure. Emma quickly grabbed a handful of gold coins and jewels and ran out of the cave. She knew she had to get back to the pirate ship before the pirates realized she was gone. Emma raced back to the beach, where she found the pirate ship waiting for her. She climbed aboard the ship, and the pirates were overjoyed to see her. They welcomed her back with open arms and thanked her for helping them find the treasure. Emma was happy to have helped the pirates, and she was proud of herself for solving the riddles and escaping the spider. She knew she would never forget this adventure. As Emma returned to the library, the book closed, and she was back in her own room. She looked around the library, and she noticed that the books were no longer dusty. They were clean and bright, and they seemed to be glowing with a faint light. Emma realized that the library was magical. It was a place where stories came to life, and where adventures were always waiting to be discovered. Emma smiled. She knew she would never be bored again. She had a whole library of adventures waiting for her, and she couldn't wait to explore them all.